One of the 500 largest companies in the U.S., just 21 are led by women. That gender gap led one of the country's elite training grounds, the Harvard Business School, to try a bold experiment in gender equality. It goes far beyond the classroom. Jodi Kantor wrote about it this weekend for the New York Times. Jodi, I sat there and read every single word. It was so interesting yesterday. So we're delighted to have you here today. So they wanted to give themselves what they called a gender makeover, changing the classwork, the rules to foster female success. So what exactly did they do, including hand raising? Give us specifics of what they did.
I will, and I also want to tell you a little bit about the history here. This was not some PC program run amok. They really had serious problems. There was open sexual harassment in the classroom for years. There was a gender gap. Women were coming in with the same grades and scores as men and falling behind. Female faculty were not staying at the school. So they really had a serious impetus for addressing this. What they tried to do was really change the environment to make it much better for women. At Harvard, 50% of your grade is based on class participation. So that means that in the classroom, you have to be really assertive. You have to be willing to own the conversation, and women were not doing it. So part of what they really focused on was behavioral, how to insert yourself into a very complicated conversation with confidence. It's funny because these were very impressive students who arrived at Harvard, and yet one of the things they were taught when they got to the school was how to raise their hand in class. Well,
how hard is that?
Well, one student, Brooke Boyarsky, gave me an almost athletic demonstration of what they were teaching everybody, not just women, to do, which is she said, okay, you know, you hear the professor, you hear the question coming,
like a tiger prowling.
You hear the line that you're ready to address, and then boom, you go for it.
Jodi, I think this had people scratching their heads because you think Harvard Business School. The women that get into Harvard Business School are the smartest women in the country, the smartest business minds in the country, and presumably would be the business leaders among some of the other business schools. And they can't raise their hands in a classroom?
Well, part of what is going on is that for years and years, administrators and faculty saw the same problem, which is that married women or women in serious relationships were having an easier time. It was the single women who were really struggling. Because HBS is also a very social environment. These people are 26, 27 years old. They're looking for mates. And there was this choice. Do you want to be the pretty, dateable one, or do you want to be the ambitious, aggressive one? And the choice was too stark. And the single women I spoke to, or the women who were formerly single, really said that this was a problem.
So many of the students bristled at some of this social engineering. What were the results, though, after they enacted this program?
They made real progress. They had a record-setting number of women win academic honors this year. But I think what's just as important is that people really say the environment has changed. Women now say they truly do feel comfortable at the school.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Sorry, I actually don't have a question. I just want to do that real quickly. That's it.
Oh, that was
Thanks.
a joke.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, Jodi.
Now they would tell you that was too restrained. You have to
Really push it forward.
You got to go in for
All right.
Jodi Kantor, thank you.